Ay, dili. Hello everyone, this is Teacher Joanna and I will be your teacher in mathematics. Okay, so before we start our lesson, let us first have this drill. So are you ready everyone? Okay, so everyone, 8 times 6, 48. 8 times 7, 56. 8 times 8, 64. 8 times 9, 72. 8 times 10, 80. So everyone, again, 8 times 6. Very good. 8 times 7. Okay. 8 times 8. 8 times 9. 8 times 10. Okay, all together, 8 times 6 equals 48. 8 times 7 equals 56. 8 times 8 equals 64. 8 times 9 equals 72. And 8 times 10 equals 80. Okay, so now I'm going to show you something. And then you're going to tell me what do we call this. Okay, what do we call that? Okay, that thing that I'm going to show you. Now, are you ready? Okay, so 0.01, 0.15, 0.23. Now, are you familiar of these numbers? Okay, so what do you call these numbers? We call it decimals. Very good. Okay, so 0.01, 0.15, 0.23 are considered decimals. Okay, so today we are going to talk about place value of decimals through 10,000s. Okay, so what are we going to talk about today? The place value of decimals through 10,000s. Now, do you still remember the place value? We have the ones, tens, 100,000, 10,000, 100,000, million, 10 million, 100 million, and then so on. Okay, but today we are going to talk about the place value of decimals. Now, are you ready to listen? Okay, very good. So, everyone, when we say decimal, a decimal is a number that uses numbers, a decimal point, and the meaning of place value to show the part of a whole. Again, what is decimal? It uses what? Number, decimal point, and the meaning of place value to show the part of a whole. So, I'm going to show you a picture. So, this picture, remember that the big square there, the big square, it represents what? One whole. Okay? So, that is a 10 by 10 blocks of squares. Okay? So, the first square represents, the first big square represents one whole. The second big square represents 1/10 or 0.1. And the third big square represents 1/100 or 0.01. Remember that as decimal is composed of what? Numbers. What are the numbers here? 0 and 1. A decimal point. Where's the decimal point? In between 0 and 1. Okay, and the meaning of place value. So today, of course, we are going to talk about place value. Now, I want you to remember that in a decimal number, the decimal point separates the whole number from the decimal. So what is the use of decimal point? To separate the whole number from decimal. Again, everyone, what is the use of decimal point? It separates what? The whole number from decimal. Now, of course, we are going to talk about the place value. Okay, so if the whole numbers have place value, of course, decimal also have place value. Okay, so in whole numbers, remember that in decimal, the decimal point or the period in between the numbers are, okay, is the decimal point that separates whole number from decimal. Okay, so in whole number, we have ones, tens, hundreds, and so on. But in decimal, we are going to start at tenths. Okay, and then tenths, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s. Okay, and so on. Do you understand? Okay, so example is 183.0295. So the place value of each number, okay, so 1 is hundreds, okay, 8 is tens, 3 is ones, and then there's the decimal point that separates whole number from decimal. 0, the place value of 0 is tens. The place value of 2 is hundreds. And the place value of 9 is thousands. And the place value of 5 is 10,000s. Okay? So, those are the place values of the numbers in decimal. Now, I have here other examples. Okay, everyone? We have 23.09. So, what is the place value of the underlined number? So, what is the underlined number? 3. Is it whole number or decimal? Okay, it's in the whole number. So, what is the place value of 3? The place value of 3 in 23.09 is ones. Very good. And then we have the 4.56. Now, 4.56, what is the place value of the underlined number? What is the underlined number, everyone? 5. Is it a whole number or decimal? It is decimal. So, the place value of 5 in 4.56 is tenths. Remember, in decimal, we start at tenths. In whole number, we start at ones. Do you understand? Okay, and the last example, we have 10.56. Now, what is the place value of the underlined number? So, what is the underlined number? 6. Is it whole number or decimal? It is decimal. So, the place value of 6 in 10.56 is hundreds. Okay, very good. So, I have here questions. Are you ready? Okay, so everyone, what is decimal? Okay, so when we say decimal, it is a number that uses what? Numbers, decimal point, and the meaning of the place value. Again, everyone, what is decimal? Very good. It is a number that uses numbers, a decimal point, and the meaning of place value. And then, what does the decimal point separates? Everyone, it separates the whole number from decimal. Now, what's the use of decimal point? It separates the whole number from decimal. Okay, so the decimal point separates what? The whole number from decimal. Very good. So now, what did you learn today? We have learned today about the place value of decimals. So decimals is a number that uses numbers, decimal point, and the meaning of the place value. Now, decimal point separates whole number from decimal. Okay, if you really did understand the lesson, let us proceed to your practice exercise. Now, here is your practice exercise. Okay, so you're going to answer focus, page 141. Okay, that is your practice exercise. And here is your evaluation. Your evaluation, you're going to answer Take a Leap, letter A, page 142. So don't forget to answer your practice exercise and your evaluation because Teacher Joanna will check it. Do you understand? Okay, very good. So here is your assignment. So your assignment is answer make meaning letter B, page 142 to 143. Now don't forget to do your assignment. Okay, so thank you for listening. See you on the next video. Bye-bye.